Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Dishonored, Death of the Outsider, where we are basically cleaning up. Ooh, we can pretend to be a sister. How's that help? Yeah, we're just marching around the place, trying to find any remaining overseers that we've not already murked good and proper. And then, should we find any, we are going to finish the job. But yeah, I'm curious about this microphone now that we found it.
Brothers and sisters, if the outsider visits you, remember 3 things. Ignore his words, don't look him in the eye, and never, ever accept his gifts.
Sound advice. But yeah, we've got a couple of contracts to finish off. There are apparently some overseers around the place that still live. Need to be dealt with. There's probably bone charms to pick up. And then maybe we'll also get onto the next mission today and do a bit of lurking around there. What's that cough? Aha! There are indeed people. Ah, good. They were the last targets. And now they're down and out. Wonderful. So this was kind of the area where stuff was happening before. More cryptic nonsense from the rats. Mutterings and echoes of divinatory thoughts can still be heard. Is that so?
Sister Kuei, audiograph entry for the 15th day of the month of rain. Our investigations have led us to these unseemly devices. I have been attending to the dead, and some evenings I've heard voices coming from them. They speak in the manner of our trances. My sisters do not believe me, and some have gone so far as to accuse me of a lying tongue. I know this is black magic, some remnant of the witch's heresy, but I speak the truth. I've brought this machine to record their utterances. They should speak any moment. Why am I the only one to hear our dead speak? What temptations of black magic are these? It whispers through their teeth. A voice without a throat. I swear to you that I've heard it.
Have you though? Oh.
I can see no further.
Okay. I guess there was some voices.
Is this darkness? What is this end?
You done? They might be done.
Tell them to kill the
No?
rats. Place poisons in the streets. These vermin carry secrets and disease. What does she hold in her hand? Her fingers grasping greedily.
Very well.
Fine. Bones
Yep,
and
they're still
vine
chatting.
threads
Okay.
hairs. She keeps both close. He is dead.
Right. There are bone charms
Dead.
that we haven't found.
Repulsive.
And there's also the other contracts that we haven't completed. Let's have a look. Pill for the prophecies. So we know that somebody was caught in the lift shaft. We actually move faster when we're stealth, don't we? Yeah. So you there. You were caught in here. Oh, is that the book? Is it that simple? Rosamund's prophecies. Oh, we completed all contracts. Sweet. Tonight I witnessed the outsider's final moments in the void. Curious. So she was trying to stop that from happening, maybe? Now. Bone charm nearby. There it is. I think we can just get in there without too much trouble. Yeah, because we came here earlier. Fleet Fighter. Movement is not slowed when your weapons are unsheathed. Very well. Should probably have another look on the top floor, see if there's any bone charms up there. I don't think there's any other loot of merit that we might require. We could keep collecting money, but what's that going to do for us now? We've robbed the final black market shop, it seems, because there's no more contracts. There's probably no more black markets. Okay, we just missed it earlier when we were up here. Roving Vice Overseer's mission notes. The old know your enemy argument. Wants to preserve some of the books. Naughty boy. Zephyr is our bone charm. Speed-based stuff. Take more damage, but your speed is increased. I mean, given as we're playing on hard, whenever we take damage, we just die. So maybe it can't hurt. But then we're already... yeah, our movement is already quite a bit quicker. So maybe we just don't need it. We could put it on instead of Greater Foresight, maybe. But no. Heck with it. All these body parts. What weirdos they were in this place.
The subject of today's examination is a well-developed, well-nourished woman appearing the offered age of 29 years. Cause of death is undetermined, but Brother Wells saw her collapse during musical therapy, convulsing and screaming. Which heretical organ inside her wasted, pale flesh rejected the ancient music? Initial examination showed no rigor, and lividity was at a minimum and unfixed. The unembalmed body is well preserved and cool to the touch. Pressure on the chest reveals pliant skin. No contusions, no marks. Only smooth. Flawless. Why must it take death to purify the darkness from your flesh? How can I remove the stain of heresy from your body and preserve this wondrous symmetry of form? How to cut out the outsider's foul influence from inside you, leaving only grace and perfected beauty behind? Oh yes, my dear. You are lovely like this. Lovely.
Right, okay. So that guy was a sicko, isn't it? Like so many of the Overseers, he was probably more corrupt than their targets. Now, we should find a way downstairs, because we should probably let our witch friend know that the place has been cleared out. Oh. Who's that chatting to us? Or is that... oh no, that'll be the old dead bints downstairs, won't it? Is there anything in this bit where there was treasure in Dishonored 2? Nope. It appears to be devoid of goodness. Can't cut through any elevator shafts either to drop the elevator lower, so I guess we'll just go downstairs using a more normal method like the stairs. Can't just throw ourselves down because at some point gravity will say no to that, but this flight of stairs should take us all the way down to where we need to be. There she is.
Will they find me? They can see everything, even inside my mind. But not if they're all dead.
They're all dead.
It's all right. You can finally leave this place.
Leaving. I'm leaving. Hear this. Search on top of the painting on the left. You'll find the key to the locked door.
Wonderful.
Where are my sisters?
The top of the painting to the left.
Void without me.
Okay, it doesn't tell us any more than that in the mission log. Top of the painting on the left. So we need to find paintings. Potentially it's down here. But maybe it's something that was hidden prior to the witches getting invaded by the Overseers, and so maybe it's upstairs somewhere. There are lots of paintings. Admittedly, not all of them are facing outwards, but that shouldn't prevent the clue from being valid. I'm going to assume that if it's not downstairs, then it's up in the top office. The curator's office area. So do we have paintings in here? It's going to be one that's hung up on a wall. It's not just going to be sat on the ground, I don't think. There's a painting. Nothing on that one though. Did we go in there? Yeah, we did. Maybe it's something we've already found. Because she said before we rescued her that we'd be looking for a bone charm. She said she'd tell us where her sisters kept her charms of bone or something along those lines. And we're not getting any sort of guidance to suggest that there is another bone charm nearby. So maybe we found a different method of getting to it. Yeah, heck with it. I'm going to say we don't need to look around any further. We can just head on out and get back to our outpost. So who have we left alive? Bren Courtney, the black market shopkeeper, and one guy who's in a chair who is going to expire before too long, I'm sure. It's pretty good going. Makes up for not killing anyone in the bank job. Now, how does one get back to our place? Is it up there? Yeah, it is. So we can just grab our luggage and head on out. And I think we shall. Let's see how many things we missed on this level. So, Merciful. Failed. 52 people killed. We were spotted 8 times, so yeah, not very stealthy either. 10 out of 12 bone charms. Okay, so we did miss 2. No paintings. We missed most of the coin. But we did complete all of our contracts, so we are getting some bone charms after this. Special actions. Release the witch. Eliminated the sister. Robbed the black market again. Tortured the vice overseer, which is no more than he deserved. Stole the notebook. And seized the relic. Wonderful.
There's a darkness at the center of all things. It'll change you if you think about it too much, but it's always there. It waits for you. When I was in hiding, I tried to forget everything that I was. Now I aim to keep my promise to a dead man, someone who meant the world to me. Sometimes I still hear Daud's voice echoing through the metal of this miserable knife. This is the strangest, most important thing I've been through, and that's saying a lot. There's a mining complex on Shindeire Peak, somehow so obscure that most people don't believe it exists. That mad cult lives there, protecting the one place that can bring me face to face with the outsider himself. Years ago, I heard Daud talking about the Void, a fear that grips your throat, bends your spine, but I can't turn away now. What will we have left if the outsider's gone? His name might be lost to the Void, but tonight, I'll find out if he can still bleed. This is the place. Shindeire North Quarry. It shouldn't exist, but from what I can see, this place is real. At least for now.
Here, the Void is closest to the surface of reality, breaking through and spilling out all the fear and power the Abbey of the Everyman tries to hide. You have uncovered more than most. What you do now will change the world.
You again. You know I used to wonder if you'd speak to me. I almost wanted it. Every street kid, every desperate wretch pushed to the edge. They all wanted you to speak to them. Why didn't you? Why me, now? You know I'm here to end this. You and this disgusting cult.
People have come to this place for centuries wanting many things. To elude death, to seek forbidden knowledge. They are never satisfied no matter how much they take. Not even the dead find peace here. You will find another relic of the cult's heart. A piece of whatever god came before my time. You will find the people who murdered me. When I knew them, they had names and ambitions. Now, they wander this place. Their minds snared up with terrible secrets, keeping hidden the unspeakable ritual that made me what I am. Deep in the void, they put a knife to my throat and tore my name away. You have found the knife. Maybe you can find my name in the black viscera of this place, if you care to look.
Why are you telling me this? What do you want?
We both know how a mob can justify a murder to themselves. Who I was or what I wanted never mattered to the cultists here. I will not speak to you again. The next time we meet, you will be face to face with what was done to me all those years ago. Your mind echoes with everything that Daud wants you to do. But I am here to say that you have a choice, Billy Lurk.
Alright then, so we've got a choice. We can either kill the outsider, or we can not kill the outsider, I suppose. Now, where do we get our bone charms that we earned from the contracts? Have they come along with us already, or are they out here somewhere? I wonder if he wants to die. Maybe so. Let's have a look at our bone charms. We got any fresh ones? Is tactical mimicry new? Strike dilation, that could be new. Forceful throw. Maybe that's also new. Maybe they're just in our inventory. I'm going to assume they are, because if they're not just around here somewhere, then... Plus it wouldn't make sense for them to be here. What probably happened is we wrapped up the last mission, then we went and collected them from the people that offered the contracts, and then we came here. Where it's all very quiet. Very quiet indeed. But it's a brand new map as well. There's no reuse of Dishonored 2 assets going on here. Or at least no reuse of maps. There might be reused assets. Wouldn't be surprised. It's just common sense. Those dogs yapping about. They haven't seen shit. They might have seen shit. But we're up here. So, screw you dogs. Bone charms. So there's still loot to be had. Although I wouldn't be surprised.
What is that thing? Ah, it makes my eye burn.
Wouldn't be surprised if there's no coin about. And yeah, that's a very good question. What is that thing? Blast resistant. That will do exactly what it says on the tin, I'm sure. Yeah. So that is one that we can break down, and so I have. Another bone charm nearby. They really wanted to make us go into foresight and get blinded by that thing. Over there? Are you a bone charm? You are. But you're also a bone charm. Cool. Is this just like a catch-up sort of thing? Here's all the bone charms you missed on earlier maps. Silver Rush at Shindere Peak. Thick veins of silver ore. Alright then. Yeah, is that opening that door? So what if we were to place a marker in there? That's how we do. That gives us strong arms at last. I was wondering where that would be. I assumed it would be here somewhere, and here it is. So we can choke enemies unconscious quite a bit faster. If we make a bone charm with 4 of them on. But I would like to just murk people, to be honest. We could pick up... I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the achieve now of kill a guard with a pen, because I don't know if there's going to be guards here or if it's just going to be like cultists. So it doesn't really matter if we replenish our stock of shots. Now, what's going on over there? Pay what you owe. Okay. So there's our next bone charm. Somewhere below us. I don't know if the dogs can reach us in here. Agile recovery. Oh, dog has spotted us. Curses. Oh well. Guess we're not getting through this level. All stealthy like. That's no reason to go wild. We'll still carry on. It's not as though I'm trying to go through every level without being discovered, because that achieve has long since gone out the window. Now, where was that glowing thing? It's way over there, so we can't reach it yet. Whatever it may be. But yeah, despite the lack of enemies, I would like to stick to the high ground. Okay, so there's a miner up here complaining about weird stuff going on. He's probably dead. No, 2 dogs, weren't there? Down below. Oops. Yeah, there's another one. So maybe we pop back into that other room and replenish our ammo. Or maybe I've forgotten which room had the voltaic shot ammo in it. That's also possible. No doubt we'll find some more before long. All sorts of weirdness here.
The ones who made me have watched them for centuries with the dead eye, rotting from the inside. But they will be my days. She will peel back all the lies and symbols. For some, catastrophe. For others, a revelation. And for some, my death will be a promise.
Well, there we go. We have a foe. Doesn't look like much. Just looks like a guy.
Why do they look like that? What goes on here?
What does he look like? Nothing special apparently, because he's dead. As are multiple other cultists. We haven't even touched them. But yeah, we're in enemy territory now, as opposed to just dogs. You need to keep an eye out for things. Doesn't seem to be many other ways to go than through that door, but I've said that multiple times and been thoroughly wrong. What I should be saying is I can't see any other ways to go other than through that door. Yeah, it's really flinging the bone charms at us. Cultist? Well, we can mark the cultist at least, even if we can't quite mark the bone charm over there. There is a black bone charm there as well, though. So maybe again it's a situation where there's a couple of bone charms. I'd say we have to press on and then double back for it, maybe, but I can't see any way to press on either, so yeah. Oh, that's a crank. Good. Ah, it's one of those that comes back down again. There's a window up there. Oh, and there's planks. Cool. So it might be a similar trick to a minute ago. What if we put a displaced marker like there? Are we able to get to that? Yes. Good. And that's a black bone charm. Third eye. Gain an extra target marker when using displace and foresight. Alright then. What does it mean about getting an extra target marker when using displace? You can quickly set 2 down and then bounce to one, then bounce to the next? Maybe.
I saw you hasten from the library yesterday. You communed with the Eye. Tell me how you feel. For my studies.
Yes. I stared into its core and recognized myself. It yearns as I yearn. Under its gaze, I sank beneath the surface of these waters. I walked the path of the envisioned and witnessed the churning of the void in the flesh. Oh, I still feel the Eye's presence in my mind.
Yes, yes. The dead see with such depth. The Eye of the dead god sees all our desires.
One day we too shall see the truth. I know it.
Okay. So that guy's glowing all gold, but that might just be because we marked him with foresight. So we'll mark the other guy as well. And you. No bone charms about? It's another cultist. Cool, so we've got about 4 of the buggers. And they were talking about the Eye of the Dead God. What we got back here? So that leads us back out to where we were earlier. I guess we don't need that. We've made them less perceptive. When you finish your studies, leave the library and join us in the chamber. Bring 3 sharp knives. Well, we've always got sharp knives on us. Okay, that guy thinks he's seen something. Or heard something. But foresight is making them less perceptive, so maybe he didn't see shit.
No luck. Let's search over there then.
Wonderful. That's those 2 out of the way. Now, what's this lever all about? So is that saying we need 3 people on it for it to work? That's convenient, because we do have 2 people over here. Yeah, that seems to be counting, I think. So is it 3 people and a weight of some sort? So maybe 4 people will do the job? Maybe we need to go out and snag one of the other 2. Much going on underneath here? No, just some empty whale oil tanks. Yeah, they're definitely less perceptive whilst I'm marking them with foresight. Like, she should totally have seen me.
Soak my bone talisman in whale oil for a few hours. It has seen better days.
And she has also got the message about communing with the eye. Let's pop her down for a second. We may as well just go down and deal with that one as well. Oh. And now we're good to go?
I need more weight to get the elevator going.
You could have said that a minute ago, Billy. Because we don't actually need more weight now. We've got enough. I assume there's nothing else to do at ground level. I hope there's nothing else to do at ground level, but there's no coin to gather. And it didn't tell us about more bone charms. So I think we're good.
What will it be like to finally experience an end? I see forever, and even I can't see the future.
Cold stone hard. Tastes bad. Breaks teeth. Oh no, blood.
What's that clue all about? Certain cultists are transforming from flesh and blood into unearthly stone beings.
Indeed, we are truly fortunate to experience the passage of Envision twice in one day.
Oh yeah.
Envision can't communicate with us anymore. Can they see us? Or can they only see what's in the void?
In Witness by Stone, Nozaku posits that Envisioned can see us, but choose not to speak. They have loftier matters to ponder when they walk the void.
One day, if I'm lucky enough to hear the call to become visioned, I'll still acknowledge eyeless like us.
So you say, but they never do.
Alright then, I've heard about them. Tough stone bastards that are hard to kill. But there's a chief for killing them, so it's not impossible. So we'll need to keep an eye out for more of those buggers, and then
Letters.
do our best to take them out.
How many did we destroy today? No
Nearly walked into all sorts of buggers there. Let's blind them before we go back in. And then let's see.
Join us here. The fool brought his prize hound. As if you could keep it in the mine. As if we don't have enough vermin.
What happened to it?
We had him kill it. Drove a knife through its eye. Then we killed him.
Why?
What a horrible bunch of buggers.
For so long, the Envisioned have held their positions beyond the inner veil.
The outsider is walking among us, always watching. Sometimes I sense his black stare in my back.
How many of the founders are still there?
Right.
Are they even human anymore?
So that guy comes over here, but then he doesn't go further, which is a shame. We could put a crossbow bolt in his head.
What will the void do to my mind? My flesh?
Maybe no one noticed that because of our blinding of them. Oops, I thought I'd switch to displays. There we go. Well, here you go, rats. Here's a guy who's not been turned to stone. You can snack on him when you want. Can we repeat that trick a few more times to take down the rest of these buggers? Do we even need to? I'd like to kill everyone. So which order would we want? Yeah, they're not very perceptive at all, thanks to that bone charm, so we can just sneak up here. And generally get round them. No, this might be a good time to strike when that one... Oh no, she's gone that way further. Yeah, you come over here. Because I want that one at the back to remain still for a moment. Nope, she's coming back. Okay. This one who's now on the right of the three. There we go. She's finally moving back over here. But now I need the one who's at the back to move away again, probably, just to be on the safe side. There she goes. Cool, so we got away with that one. Excellent. They're all gone. New bone charm? You carrying a bone charm around for? I didn't see which one it was. Oh well. Either way, that's that lot taken out. We can go down these stairs. But there's also the other way where the Envisioned were hanging about. Feels like this way's got more mundane enemies, so we could probably take out more enemies this way first and then worry about the Envisioned later, perhaps. We've got a door there that we can open. That's good. Brings us down to ground level, but where? Somewhere new? Or is this just brought us round to where we were earlier? Right, yeah, because that's the elevator over there. There should be a dead bird up on the roof somewhere. And then this crank lets you open that, and then it shuts again. Cool, okay, so that's basically all the regular guys sort of cleared out in this first area. And it looks as though we are now moving on to a second area with the Envisioned. And still some other regular cultists. We'll have a little mix of the two. Yes, to the eye. That is indeed the way to the eye. So we are going to go and find this eye. And perhaps wrap up the game in full next time. Until then, thanks for watching, friends.